Hi, this video is to talk about your role as a faculty member and student research here at Utah Tech University. As we start to look at student research, one of the things that we have to determine is, does the research need IRB review? The first question we must ask is my activity research? Anything that is a systematic investigation is considered research. That includes research development as well as testing and evaluation. A systematic investigation is an activity that involves a prospective plan that incorporates data collection, either quantitative or qualitative, and data analysis to answer a question. Activities are not research if they do not involve a systematic approach involving a predetermined method for studying a specific topic, answering a specific question, testing a specific hypothesis, or developing theory. Examples of activities that typically are systematic investigations include interviews and focus groups, surveys and questionnaires, analysis of data and specimens, observational studies, epidemiological studies, cognitive and perceptual experiments, and medical chart reviews. Examples of activities that typically are not systematic investigations include training activities provided the activities are not designed to develop or contribute to generalizable knowledge, classroom activities where the objective of the activity is to teach proficiency in performing certain tasks or using specific tools or methods, and the activity is not designed to develop or contribute to generalizable knowledge. The second question we must ask is, does my activity involve human subjects? Human subjects are any living individuals. If you are conducting human subjects research, it must be submitted to the IRB for approval. DHHS regulations define a human subject as a living individual about whom an investigator, whether professional or student, conducting research obtains 1. Data through intervention or interaction with the individual, or 2. Identifiable private information. All activities that constitute human research that are performed by Utah Tech employees and students must be reviewed and approved by the UT IRB or be certified exempt from IRB review prior to initiation. You may be thinking, well, what about the research I conduct in my own classroom? If your research does not leave the classroom, you do not need IRB approval. This includes research regarding course improvement, as well as course instruction on surveying. If you are simply teaching students on how to conduct research, you do not need IRB approval. For more information, please review the Which Activities Require UT IRB Review guidance document on our IRB website under the Guidance Policies tab. So, what is your role as faculty in student research here at Utah Tech? As a faculty member, you must be a principal investigator for student research. A student may not be a principal investigator. It is your job to help the student determine if the research is exempt or non-exempt, and it is your job to review the research and the forms and make sure that all of the information is completed. This means that you must complete and sign the IRB application form. The next step is to determine if the research is exempt or non-exempt. The parameters to determine this is on our IRB website. We have specifics regarding what type of activities fall under exempt, expedited, and full review. One thing to note is that we have just one application that covers all 3 levels of review. You do not need to choose which level, but you must be somewhat aware of your level so that you can have a good idea of how long the review may take. Ultimately, it is the IRB's role to make the determination of certification of exemption. Research studies that include educational instructional strategies, surveys, interviews, and existing data will usually constitute exempt research. Research that involves minors, other vulnerable populations, sensitive topics, and medical research constitutes non-exempt research and is subject to a full IRB review. These are just some examples that would make the research non-exempt, but it is not an inclusive list. Be sure to review the guidance documents on the website for examples of the types of research under each level of review. So what is the IRB process for IRB review at Utah Tech? The following items must be completed: a completed and signed IRB application. The PI and co-PIs must all sign. The consent form, if applicable. Recruitment and screening materials. City training, including responsible conduct of research and information privacy and security. The guidance document titled Applications Materials Required will help to further clarify the requirements. Of note, starting in August of 2022, a formal written proposal is no longer required. However, for some classes, it is required that the student write a proposal, and we would absolutely welcome you to send that with the application packet. For further materials that may be required for your specific application, please see the last page of the IRB application for various documents that are to be attached alongside of your application, when applicable. On our website, under the Guidance and Policy tab, we have a document titled Examples for IRB Application Sections. This document outlines the why behind each question on the application, and then gives examples of what it might look like once filled out. This will obviously vary depending on your research proposal. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the Utah Tech University IRB.